situation.
Okay, at 7 o'clock, I'd like to call a meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, just make a note that all council members are present. Full business, approval of minutes. The regular meeting minutes of May 15th, 2025 were provided for review. So I need a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes of May 15th, 2025 as presented.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Call roll.
Mr. Gardner,
Yes.
Mr. Kirby,
Yes.
Mr. Kowalewski,
Yes.
Mr. Garvey,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Mr. Clemens,
Yes.
Mr. Brungard,
Yes.
Mr. Stednicka.
Yes.
Motion passed. Audience participation. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to address the council on an item that is not on the agenda?
Paul Cromer, live on 131st Street out in the county. Thank you for making the planning meetings available on the YouTube page. I know everyone really appreciates that. I'll bring it to your attention that last week's budget meeting from the 29th has not yet been posted. I don't know if you've planned to. After one of the meetings, this topic was touched on briefly by the city administration and the councilman. On the city's website, under planning and zoning contact information, there is one phone number, and there are also a list of 6 emails. The email addresses are for the communication development director, community development director, public information director, code enforcement officer, building inspector, administrative assistants, and events planner. I'm sure that you would agree that if a person was wanting to email the Planning and Zoning Commission with questions or concerns, they would look at this contact list and say to themselves, what the heck, I need to email the Planning and Zoning, not the event planner, the code enforcement, or the PID. There should be a way that the concerned citizens can email the Planning and Zoning Commission. I realize that this 7-member board are volunteers. However, they are doing critical work for and representing the city of Lansing in the planning and zoning process. On this topic, one councilman stated, they are volunteers. We do the front office work. Let them talk to us. No one is asking for personal emails to email these people. The 7 members on the board of the commission, but a city email for the Planning and Zoning Commission should be posted to your contact page. What are your plans and recommendations for assisting or for assigning the Planning and Zoning Commission a single city contact email? I also could not find any information on the members of the Board of Zoning Appeals. Can this be added to the city's website? I have looked extensively and cannot find anything. I believe public would like to know who would hear an appeal if needed, if the need ever arose during a planning and zoning process. If the information is there, if one of you could please point it out to me after the meeting, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, thank you, Paul. Is there anyone else? Okay, no takers. New business is library board appointment. Jeannie M. has applied for an appointment to the Lansing Community Library Board to serve a 4-year term ending on 30 April 2029. Staff recommends a motion to approve the appointment. So I need a motion to approve the Lansing Community Library Advisory Board appointment of Jeannie M. to a term ending on 30 April 2029.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Call roll.
Mr. Gardner,
Yes.
Mr. Kirby,
Yes.
Mr. Kowalewski,
Yes.
Mr. Garvey,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Mr. Clemens,
Yes.
Mr. Brungard,
Yes.
Mr. Stednicka.
Yes.
Motion passed. Thank you. Item number 3 is stream bank stabilization on 7 Mile Creek tributary Center Drive sewer. While the contractor is currently mobilized for the Center Drive sewer project, we have the opportunity to effect some improvements by adding soil stabilization. This condition continues to deteriorate over time, and placing riprap armor at the outfall of the box culvert as well as the stream bank will help to slow the degradation of the channel. So I need a motion to accept the price quote from Lina Weaver Construction of $125 per ton for 235 tons installed riprap as stream bank stabilization along the tributary of 7 Mile Creek. This is for a total price of $29,375.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Just a comment. Thank you. I had a whole lot of questions on this, Mike, and I thank you for taking the time to get me out there and answer my concerns. Appreciate it.
Anyone else? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Call and roll. Thanks, Mike.
Mr. Gardner,
Yes.
Mr. Kirby,
Yes.
Mr. Kowalewski,
Yes.
Mr. Garvey,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Mr. Clemens,
Yes.
Mr. Brungard,
Yes.
Mr. Stednica.
Yes.
Motion passed. Item number 4 is Riverbin Heights RHID public hearing resolution. The City Council will conduct a public hearing in accordance with KSA 12-5245 to consider the establishment of a reinvestment housing incentive district and adoption of the associated development plan for Riverbin Heights. The district encompasses approximately 146 acres southwest of McIntyre Road and 131st Street, with the intent to support public infrastructure and improvements associated with approximately 417 single-family homes. In accordance with state law, the resolution declares the city's intent to establish the district, adopts a development plan for the housing and public facilities within the district, sets July 17th, 2025 as the date for a public hearing on the matter, and directs notice that the public hearing to be published and delivered to the Leavenworth County, Lansing USD 469, and the city's planning commission. Staff recommends to adopt the resolution B5 2025. So I need a motion to approve the adoption of the resolution B5 2025 calling for a public hearing on 17 July 2025.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this?
I just have a quick, this will be held like the last one. Everybody have a chance to talk, the time limit and all that stuff.
Correct, yep, this would set forth a public hearing July 17th.
Yep.
So everyone would be able to speak their piece.
Yep.
At that time too, I know the developer is here tonight, but I think at that point, I think there'll be, some more refined maps, refined figures and things like that. So at that point, I think he'll be able to kind of give you guys an even more detailed summary of what's being requested.
Okay, thank you.
Tim, is there any way we can get the information out to the public before the meeting? Can we saturate with all the information we have so that we can make, not the board, but the people would understand exactly what's going forward?
Yeah, I'm trying to think, currently we put that in our planning, or our city council packet, and that goes out on Monday, so we can kick around ideas on how to get the word out a little bit better.
It's posted on the city. Well, it's posted on the city webpage, isn't it?
Yeah, the agendas are posted
The
on the
agendas
city
are posted,
webpage
yes.
as well. It's, to your point, it is a complicated subject, and I think there's, understandably so, there's confusion, and I think the reason why the developer requested it to be pulled last time was because I think they acknowledged they needed to have more dialogue with stakeholders, and I think that's what they've been trying to do. But yeah, to your point, we can kick around ways to get the word out better to people, because I do think there's a lot of things that really could be made more clear. It's disappointing that this is private property. It's a development district that's common all over the state of Kansas and has been successful. No one's being forced from their homes. There's no condemnation or anything like that. But it would be published in the Leavenworth Times as well. But yeah, we will think of ways to get the word out to folks better. Absolutely.
What you just said, I think, is important that the people in Lansing know and understand, because like you said, I think there is some misinformation out there, and if we could educate them, we may have some better buy-in.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And will the developer be here on the 17th of July?
Yes, and he's, like I said,
So the citizens and from the county can ask that developer questions as well.
Absolutely, yep.
All right. All right, we have a motion and a second.
Dan has.
Dan, did you have something? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just had one question. When this started off, when we were in the library, we did a conditional annexation based on RHID. Is that still in effect?
Yes, it is. So they're still part of the city. They have not requested to be removed from the city, and everything that I've heard from the property owner has indicated that they wouldn't necessarily use their right of leaving the city at this point.
Okay, I just want to make sure that we did all the correct steps. That's all. Thank you, Mayor.
One other thing, sorry. One other thing too, while we're on the topic, we were able to, I know we've kind of talked about the similar subdivision in Spring Hill, Kansas. And I know that's 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back. I know that's a jaunt. So we were able to get some photos of the subdivision because again, on the topic of folks maybe being concerned about what it would look like close to their homes. So we do have examples of, the type of product, the type of homes that would be built if we can make those a little bit bigger. So again, from what staff has seen, we think it would be a nice looking neighborhood. We think it would be more attainably priced housing, which is what one of the city council's goals was a couple of years ago. I think there's a few more photos too, Ken.
Yeah, can you post these like on the website or something?
I appreciate this, Jim.
Yeah, we can try to do that. Yeah, there was a meeting a few months ago when someone had said, would you live there? And I wasn't pulling anyone's leg. I would live in a house like that. I would be happy to have a house like that be my neighbor. So yeah, we can try to put this on the website, absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you, Tim.
Anyone else? All right, we have a motion and a second. Call a roll.
Mr. Gardner,
Yes.
Mr. Kirby,
Yes.
Mr. Kowalski,
Yes.
Mr. Garvey,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Mr. Clemens,
Yes.
Mr. Brungard,
Yes.
Mr. Stednica.
Yes.
Okay, motion passed. Reports. Any department heads? City attorney.
Another report, Mayor.
Tim.
The light at K7 and Mary Street, we are not sure what happened. We think that may or may not have been struck by lightning. We're looking into that. In the middle of that rainstorm on Tuesday, we had a crew out there for 3 hours trying to fix that. They were unable to fix it. They're going to try something else on Monday to fix it. If that doesn't work, we might be looking at a whole new box or board or whatever for that traffic signal. So I mean, that would be $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 repair potentially. That's why we have reserves. But that's a pretty big expense. We'd likely be submitting that to our insurance company if that truly was a lightning strike. So we're trying to double check that. But so
So
that's
we actually maintain that stoplight even though it's on a state highway?
correct. Yeah, and
Yes, that was part of the agreement with the Kansas Department of Transportation when they were installed. We maintain all 4 of the stoplights on K7. We also operate them in conjunction with Operation Green Light out of Kansas City.
So anyway, I know you guys have probably noticed that. I know residents have probably reached out to you guys about that, but want to make you aware of that. What's that? Oh. And then one other thing, I think anytime I've been talking about the pool, I've been trying to use the word tentative. And I know we had tentatively spoken about doing a ribbon cutting on Wednesday of next week. They are close. But I think we are looking at maybe doing a ribbon cutting on Saturday now. Again, that is tentative. That's not finalized by any stretch of the imagination. That is tentative. But we
What's
are.
that date, Tim?
14th.
Yeah, Saturday the 14th. Yep.
And would that be in conjunction with the grand opening?
So we are tentatively talking about doing all of it on one day. Yes, so we would do the ribbon cutting in the morning and then have it open to the public that afternoon. We are working out the details, and there's still a lot of things going on, but that's what we're looking at. We normally haven't done ribbon cuttings or anything like that on a Saturday before, so that's why I wanted to make you guys aware of that.
And the pool passes are on sale now, right?
Pool passes are on sale. People can get them at the activity center. Again, since we weren't able to do a full summer, we knocked off all the season passes at 80% of what they would normally be. And we also have those senior rates too. So yeah, people can go buy those.
But looking at me, you start talking about the senior rate.
And I didn't mean to. That's it.
Okay, thanks, Tim. And we'll go around the horn, starting with Kevin.
I already talked to Mike, but Tim and Beth, I had a lot of questions and emails for you guys too, and thank you for your quick responses. Appreciate it. That's all.
All right, thanks, Kevin. Gene?
Well, I should have thanked Mike earlier, but I was part of the group that went out and looked at the mess. And no question that needs to be done. So, again, thanks to Mike for meeting us out there and running us through the whole situation. Which I will point out that there isn't a department head for this city who won't meet with any of us if we have any concerns. I've never contacted one of them and asked for a meeting and been told, no, not today. They're always prompt and quick to respond, all of them. That's good.
All right, thanks, Gene. Jake?
Yeah, just echo what they said. I hit Tim with a pretty lengthy email, and he responded back to me pretty quick, so I appreciate that. Appreciate you volunteer for the library board. That's it's very awesome. So that's all I have.
All right, Jesse?
Yeah, thanks for volunteering. We appreciate all the volunteers we have. That's all I've got.
All right, Pete?
I'd like us to consider something in the future. I went to Tonganoxie, their downtown Main Street, and when I was going through, they have Bobcat Pride everywhere. And I'd like to see something where Lansing shows that kind of pride. I don't know what that looks like. Maybe we can
Baser? You mean,
Sorry?
what's it?
Baser?
Baser?
I'm sorry, Baser. I apologize, Baser and Tonganoxie also, but both really have great city pride in their community, and that, especially in Baser, I guess that's the Bobcat. And everywhere down Main Street, inside all the businesses, they have signs and they're just promoting that spirit. And I would just like to see Lansing maybe step up and do something like that. I don't know how that would go, but it seems like that would be something we could at least help with. So
The difference is they have historic downtown areas. We don't have a historic downtown area in Lansing. That's the problem with it, I think. I don't know.
We will see.
Baser has a historic downtown?
Did I say historic or hysterical? Sorry.
Yeah.
You're gonna get some emails on that.
They do have some old
I
buildings
don't-
kind of in
Yeah.
the village.
I don't mean it as.
Yes.
Okay, Pete.
yep, that's all I have.
Good
Thank
idea.
you.
All right, thanks. Dan?
As you probably read or have heard, I withdrew my name for consideration of running this year. My wife and I discussed it, and we just don't need a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, on 3 different floors at this point in our lives. So we're going to be moving out of Ward 4, which takes me out of eligibility for this position. So I thank you for all the support, and the department heads here have been wonderful. Not only did they talk to me, Gene, but they came and got me in a car and drove me.
Well,
So,
now, wait a minute.
but I do appreciate my time here, and I have talked with the mayor, and I will continue serving on the Port Authority at the leisure of this council. That's everything, sir.
Good, I'm glad to hear it.
All right, Dan. Appreciate it.
Done a good job.
Thank you, sir.
Gary?
Dan, you'll be missed. And I like your idea, Pete. I'm not a Bobcat fan.
Lion.
So, but I do like what they do to promote school spirit there, or just city spirit, I guess I should call it. So
It could be something.
It's very cool. Yeah.
Could be something as simple as incentivizing something like if they put a plaque in front of their building or their home or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what that looks like, but I'd like us to maybe get a little small group together and discuss it.
Yeah.
What- we-
Thank
Good idea. Jeannie, thank you so much for volunteering. You'll do great. Terry, you be nice to her, please. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Gary. Don?
Well, congratulations to Jeannie. Now your work begins, Jeannie. You got to keep what's her name in place there. Question on Valley Drive. During the rainstorm, it was underwater again. I thought we had alleviated some of those heavy rain floodings along Valley Drive. I got several calls on it. Water was running curb deep in the middle of the street. So I know we have water problems we've had for years, and we've been slowly chipping away at fixing a lot of the water runoff problems and
Do you know
stuff like
which
that.
part? There's like an older part of Valley Drive, and then there's a newer. Do you remember which part that was?
Well, Valley Drive is runs from Ida, runs around the corner and then runs straight across. And I think this was over there. If you come from behind the old folks' home and the Chrysler Plymouth dealership down to Valley Drive, that stretch coming back to the south. I think that's the one that was underwater.
Okay.
I just got a couple of calls on it, whatever. I mean, it's all run off now, obviously, since the rain stopped. But during the actual rainstorm, it just couldn't seem to keep up. And that was, people had called me about it. But I seem to remember that a few years back that we've been chipping away at our water problems for years. And I thought we had done some fixing over there because I know we did some recurbing, resurfacing. We put new sidewalks in. We did some other stuff over there to help alleviate.
That part of Valley Drive, we did some major improvements.
Yeah, I did some major improvements. So I'm just curious if we got another problem, if we got a blockage in that culvert or trench coming down through there or whatever. I don't know.
We can double check.
I just thought I'd mention it.
We were hearing in some places in town 3 inches, but in some places 4 inches.
Yeah.
So, even with good drainage, 4 inches of rain is.
And the way it was raining too. I mean, it was really raining hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, my question would be, how long was there water standing?
Yeah.
Was it several hours or was it 45 minutes?
Yeah, that's a good point. We can double check and make sure everything's functioning as it should.
It should be. I just thought I'd mention it.
Yep.
With that, I move to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. Call roll.
Mr. Gardner,
Yes.
Mr. Kirby,
Yes.
Mr. Kowalewski,
Yes.
Mr. Garvey,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Mr. Clemens,
Yes.
Mr. Brungard,
Yes.
Mr. Stednica.
Yes?
We are adjourned. Thank you, Jen.